Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome. I I'm nervous. I don't know. I don't really know how today's stream is going to be, but we are experimenting. Welcome to today's episode of Small Talk, our first live on YouTube. While we're here, let me check to see if audio can be heard on both streams. Oh, it's not even live. Come on. Oh shit, that's way up there. Hi, YouTube. I don't know if I want it that big, actually. Let me make that smaller. Okay, so Twitch chat will be the one hiding behind me, and then YouTube chat will be the one in the corner. Say hi, YouTube! Yeah, we're matching our smalls. I figured at least that she would be using her small model, so that I'm glad that she is. Oh god, it looks so bad on YouTube. Okay, that's fine. The movement is okay. Okay, let me check on YouTube. Not YouTube. Let me check on Twitch. I was warned that there would be a lot of dropped frames and stuff. Let me turn up the BGM. We're almost there, guys. Today's assets can be found here. There was recently a cool Nintendo themed BGM that I really wanted to use, and I know Duke to be a very chill gamer with lots of when I think of Nintendo music, I can't help but think of memes as well. She's a very memey gal, you see. She has a lot of variety content out there. I think she mainly streams only on Twitch. Recently, she was playing Apex, and I just see her on almost all of my friends' streams. It's kind of cool how versatile she is as a collaborator. So I'm super excited to get to know her today and hang out with her while we have the holiday spirit amongst us. This being episode 27, and in December, I had asked Duke special permission to choose a holiday-themed background versus her lore. And so she was so cool to be chill about it, so we have chosen to go for Christmas today. So yay! Thank you, Duke, for being chill. Typically, we try to match the lore of our guest using our assets, but I've been trying to get to the holiday spirits because though this is being a Twitch only thing, I have a holiday card event going on where we're trying to spread some of the Christmas cheer. So if you guys would like, feel free to send someone's a holiday card through our socials, through Twitch, oh not Twitch, sorry, Discord, Twitter, or Blue Sky. Those are my I feel like that's probably just the best the best ones to go through. Hi Marshy, Merry Christmas. And oh look, Migo, you're suddenly a mod of the YouTube Small Talk. What? It must be an honor. I'm sure you will perform to the best of your duties. There is also a Japanese form. 日本人たち、このイベントも日本語のやつあるよ。ここだよ。There's probably a lot of mistranslations, but we'll see if we can make do with what we got. Okay. Oh yeah, let me get my lurk bait on. It's turned off, I think. But if you guys would like, we have a fish feature on our Twitch, and it's going to be of any old friends, new friends. There's a lot of fishing options we can do here. We'll put that over here. Chuninda. I'm gonna remake some of the things, but I'm really happy with how that turned out. Okay, cool. Excuse me for taking my time, but I really I was really caught up with trying to get this all set up, so I'm gonna actually take I'm gonna go get some more water really quick because I only have a little bit left from last night. So I'm so sorry for taking so much of Duke's episode's time, but really quick break, and we'll see what happens. Duke's not gonna know what to do, but I'm gonna like go under the table, and oh, I'm gonna go over here, and Duke can just stare at you guys lovingly. Actually, hold on. I got this. Hi, Duke!
Hi!
You know that thing where Kai is always like, "Oh, you're so cute! You have reindeer horns! When did you have those? What? What the
I
heck?
just magically grew them.
Oh, that's so cute. I forgot to mention this before the stream, but you're free to move your model however you like using the right click possible. Most
Oh, yeah, right click.
yeah. I like giving my guests that flexibility if you feel like you can do something with that. But okay, I need to go get water really quick. I'm not really prepared for today's episode. I'm sorry, but once I get this water, we're gonna be so good. Okay, so
Oh, good.
yeah, 5 minutes. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I can introduce myself to chat.
Yippee! Okay, then I will be so fast. Okay, so fast. Be right back.
She is speed. Hello, chat. My name's Duke BT. I'm a dragon maid. I'm from the down under, land down under. Why did I say it like that? Don't worry about the timing for me. I am a night owl. I'm nocturnal. It's a cool thing about dragons. Most of us are actually nocturnal. People don't know that. But today I'm a reindeer. I'm Vespy's reindeer. Yeah, I hope everyone in chat as well. I hope chat Genki desu ka? Sorry. I'm gonna wait for Vespy to get back before I answer any questions. I think that'll be my main thing. I need Vespy's protection. I need it.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Any questions that you guys might have for Duke throughout today's episode, feel free to use them, pass them through the redemption store on Twitch, please. You are free to ask them in chat, but because we won't be looking at chat that much, or at least like I won't be, questions might be missed if you only ask in chat. So please go through redemptions. I made them super cheap. I don't know. So it should be accessible, but feel free to give me any feedback that you guys might have to make these episodes go any smoother, more fun, whichever. I missed your introduction, so I'm just gonna assume you did great. Yay! Yippee! I have this doc here to keep myself track, and as well as Duke if she would like, but let me pull that up. Oh, shut up, Vespy. I started hearing myself on accident. Okay.
You can't shut up. This is your stream. This is your
I
podcast.
guess, but this episode's about Duke VT. You.
I am known to be able to hold a conversation with myself for like hours on end.
Oh, bet. You know, I do think though they're like streamers that split between two types of like yappers and unable to yap. Or so I think
Yeah.
that would be actually a fun place to start. How do you yap? How do you let your thoughts just kind of like flow out?
The way I let my thoughts flow out is literally I have undiagnosed
Let's
ADHD,
fucking
and
go.
so my brain just bounces between topics, it like
Mhm.
on itself, and I'll be like talking like I'll be playing a video game, right? And then something will happen in the game, and then it will remind me of something that happened IRL, and I'll be like, "That's right, chat. I was meant to tell you this." And then I'll go on this long tangent about this other thing. And it's quite, I'm just like, damn, ADHD crazy.
Yeah, I feel like living with that kind of bouncy brain though has a lot of frustrations in the daily life, right? Can-
Yeah, oh, definitely. Like, I'll be literally, I'll be helping my family with something, and I'll get distracted. Like, say we're like doing house cleaning, and I'm like, I'm going really well, and then I get distracted on this one task, and I'll spend hours on it. And then suddenly, as well, like if someone mentions something while I'm doing the task, I'll forget about the task because someone talked to me, and I'm like, uh-oh, I've been derailed.
Right, but the thing is, I'm sure there's ways that you've like how have you lived with those kinds of behaviors? Because they're not easy. It's not fun. But
Yeah.
I know a lot of viewers and a lot of streamers tend to have a lot of undiagnosed ADHD problems. So give us some
We're all
tips.
ADHD.
Right, right.
The tip I have is actually just to surround yourself with people who enjoy the energy that you bring with ADHD, because it is a very hyperactive energy, right? It's very much it's got to be someone who how do I describe it? It's basically just surrounding yourself with people who understand that sometimes you will be very bouncy and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you'll be super focused.
So for me personally, I always get worried, right? I think I'm
Mm.
also in the undiagnosed ADHD boat, but I always get nervous of like being too much, right? Is
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Oh,
Because
I live in it.
even if you have people who are flexible, even if they're like, "Oh, you're always welcome in my DMs," "Oh, you're like, I'll always welcome you," or "You're always welcome," right? I'll still feel like, "Oh, I'm gonna bother you."
I live in that, but at the same time,
Mhm.
I've gotten to that point where I'm just like, you know what? I like I am going to be too much for some people, and that's fine. But I bring a certain uh I'm trying to not like be too. We know what I'm like. We know that I'm a very not safe for work person when it comes to my speaking patterns, and I would
Mhm.
just say stuff. So I'm trying to be like, but I bring a certain big dick energy to the table, I think,
Hell
and
yeah, you do.
I'm like, if they can't handle that, then that's not my problem, right?
Mhm.
They're welcome to leave. They're welcome to leave the table and leave me and my peanuts.
And I'm very familiar with you, Duke. But I will say that there might be some folks out there who might not. So, can you actually elaborate a little bit more on the energy you
I bring to the
exude?
table.
Yeah, your big dick energy.
Uh, I think a lot of it actually, it's weird. This is gonna get so deep and personal
Oh,
so quickly, but a lot of it comes from uh my teenage years being filled with kind of like trauma, and then because as a kid, I was very extroverted, very much bouncy energy. Like my mom described me as a hurricane or a tornado, right?
yeah, a firecracker.
But then when I was a teen, my dad passed away, and then it kind of led me to become a shut-in, and so I kept all of that energy kind of inside. I didn't let it out for for many a years, and then I got into VTubing thanks to my friend Aluka. And then through Aluka, I met like a bunch of I met like Hobbit Scout, and then through Hobbit, I met Snack, Gami, and then Gami, the fucking bitch, introduced me to some little green fucker named Sage.
That bastard.
Through Sage, he kind of helped me bring out that energy again, bring back the old child wonder Duke, as it were.
Can I ask how these folks like helped you find your old self again? Because that's actually such a fun and really, really beautiful story. I love that.
I think it's just because a lot of them have their own trauma as well, and so I see them. They've gone through this trauma, but they're still themselves in a way. And I was like, and then that had me like kind of internalizing. I was like, well, if they can be like that and they went through this trauma, why can't I be like how I used to be? Why can't I be that little tornado of energy? What is it called? The little leaf wind tornadoes?
Whirlwind.
The whirlywinds. I forget what the whirly boys I used to call them.
Twister, typhoon.
Miniature.
I really think it's like yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just those tiny ones you see on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
every now and then.
Yeah, whirlwind.
I think just it was just like being around people who people who understood how trauma affects people, and then also just being able to be themselves.
When you
was
say
a very big influence.
So there was a lot to unpack here, and I loved every bit of it. Well, except not the part that you had to shut in and
unpack things.
Yeah, you had to unpack things. That's very unfortunate, but that healing process is very, very beautiful, especially whenever you find comfort in similar tides. Like yeah. I'm really sorry, but I'm also really glad that you found people who could help you. How did you said that they like understood how trauma affects people. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Like, how does understanding that how did understanding that help you?
I think, especially with Sage, right? Like me and Sage have, I would say similar trauma, but I know he talked about it on his episode at least a little bit of his past and everything. But we have somewhat similar. Mine's not as extreme as his was, but we have a somewhat similar past. So I think especially with me and Sage, we kind of understood each other the most with our trauma, and it's kind of been able to at least help me kind of come to terms with things that it's kind of like moving house. I realized you put all these things in your box, like you put all your stuff in your boxes, and then when you move house, you take out the things that you need first, not the things you want per se first, and then you decide what you want to bring back out, right?
Yeah.
I think it's funny to say that, but now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, trauma is exactly like that. It makes you move things into boxes, like things you probably want to keep away for a bit, or like forces you to keep away. And then after some time, you've moved into this new place where you are in life, and you can start taking things out again.
Hell yeah. Like, you're literally symbolizing processing.
Yeah. Literally,
yes, it's beautiful. Oh, I'm going to say that so much. I think you're such a beautiful person. I love you. But when you hold on. Let me drink some water.
Sometimes you lose some boxes in transit. Yeah. like things will happen when you're moving from one place to another, and that's kind of how trauma is as well. But sometimes you also find those things that you thought you lost.
Are those usually good
It's
things?
Usually. I mean, mine was my child wonder and tornado energy that I thought it was long gone. I was like, that's never coming back. I'm just going to be an introvert for my whole life now. And then it was like, oh, no, you just needed someone to give you the push to open that box again.
So, can I ask, like, what's the time frame on this? Like, you said that it was when you were a teenager, but when you said, like, meaning Luca, Hobbit, Snack, Gummy, and Sage, I feel like in my head it's rather recent, right?
Okay, so, let's see, the teen trauma stuff that started happening when I was 12. Oh my god. I'm like, how many years ago is that now? Over a decade ago, for sure, right? And then I actually met Aluka outside of streaming. I met them through
Pause. Did you say Luca? How do I type them out? I'm not.
Iluka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my god, I thought it was like Luca, like the Vocaloid, and I was like, ooh.
Well, I know he lets some people call him Luca.
Oh,
so.
okay. I was stepping, but I was overstepping. Okay, sorry. So,
yeah. I met Aluka. Sorry, I met him through my ex's. I met a lot of people actually through my ex, but then I met Aluka through my ex's best friend's girlfriend. It's a very complicated way to get there, but I met Aluka in 2020. So 4 years ago now.
Whoa! That's actually huge. And so, wait, how long? But you said you've been like streaming for 2 years on your application.
Yeah. So it'll be. Let me think. Oh my god, yeah, 2 years. So yeah, me and Aluka were friends prior to streaming, and then Aluka was the one who was like, "Oh, we were doing something," and then Aluka was like, "Duke, I need you to come up with an OC, a character design for yourself," and I was like, "Okay." And literally, my first rendition of what we now have as the Dragon Maid was literally just myself at the time with my split dye black and yellow hair, 2 horns, and a crop top hoodie and a skirt. And
I want to
that was
see.
pretty. I guess I can send you the.
Yeah, can I share?
I recently sent it. Yeah.
Okay, let me show it out.
I recently shared it with someone else as well. I was like, oh my god, I haven't looked at these in eons.
I love asking people about their design inspo, so I would love to actually ask about that. But I wanna actually ask about a couple of things. There's so much I want to ask about. I'm sorry. So what attracted VTubing to you? Did you already watch streamers beforehand, or was VTubing also your intro to streaming?
Well, I knew about VTubing before I started it. Before I got really into it. I knew about Iron Mouse and Nyanas and Aethel. And I was kind of in their community, but not. I wasn't. When people say they're in their community, they're like, "Oh, we chatted a lot in their chats and stuff," and I'm like, I didn't. I was a lurker. I would just sit there and listen to them while I drew.
Oh.
But yeah, I already had this idea of what they were, and then so when Aluka was like, hey, if you do this, you can you could be a VTuber as well, and I'm like, I just went, I want to be a hot anime girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that.
It sounds like it didn't take you a lot of convincing to join in.
No, well, I was already looking at streaming as it was, I was just like, that seems interesting. And just I already because I draw art and stuff, I was like, oh, I can I didn't know that you could stream art. And then Aluka was like, yeah, I stream art. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean you stream your art? And he was like, yeah, you just you have, and he showed me OBS and everything. And so I was like, that's crazy. But yeah,
what
it
was
was just like all these
crazy
things.
about
I'm
that?
like, oh. Well, I'd seen people do speed paints on YouTube and like all that sort of stuff, right? But I'd never really seen anyone actually just do art on stream because it can be quite a quiet process. Like if depending on the person, right? But it's like usually a lot of people are very, very quiet when they're doing art, very not super talkative. And that's something I'm still learning to do when I draw art because I get very hyper focused with my art. I could go for if like I obviously like streaming can make it can make you tired more quickly if you're doing stuff. Which you don't expect. You don't expect to like streaming to make you tired, but you are
Right?
doing multiple things at once. But
you know, there is that like one controversial thing that keeps popping up, like, oh, is streaming harder than a 9 to 5? Do you want to talk about that?
is streaming harder than a 9 to 5? Well,
Yeah.
I've never worked a 9 to 5 job per se. I've only worked
I'm so curious then.
bartending jobs.
Yes.
But I would say that it depends on like what you're saying is hard about it, right? Because for me, VTube streaming easier physically, right? But it's also a bit when it comes to the mental side, it's a bit more draining, I find. Because with bartending, right? It was kind of the same. There was kind of the same thing going on. You're entertaining people.
Really?
Like, you know, yeah. Because so at least at my old job, I was behind the bar quite a lot because I was wait staff and bar staff. I was only meant to be bar staff, but we'll get into we'll talk about that.
You were overworked, underpaid.
I was overworked with my chronically ill body. But one of the things that you kind of have to be good at, especially with bartending, is getting to know your customers. Because you want them to come back, right? You want them to come back
returning customers, returning viewers. You can easily apply all of this to streaming, so that's cool.
That's why I'm like, it's very similar in that sense, depending on which job you do IRL, right? And so like, bartending, there was that there's the customer interactions, and then streaming, there's the chat interactions. So very similar. However, streaming, you know, you're focusing on like 20 something different things. You're trying to keep up with everyone in chat. And then with bartending or wait staff as well, it was kind of focusing on 3 things, right? Watching to make sure the tables were clean, pouring drinks, entertaining guests. Which wasn't that hard, like wasn't that mentally draining, but physically you're running around everywhere.
True.
Whereas with streaming, you don't really have to do that unless you're doing like VR, right? Like I think that's the only time where it's like physically
exception.
At least for VTubers. Yeah.
When I hear people go through Beat Saber streams, like who they are at the beginning and at the end are not the same.
Yeah. Like they'll start and they'll be like, let's go, and then at the end it's
yeah.
But yeah, it really depends on like what type of job you do. I know one of my friends, Yuna, who her job IRL, I'm like, I don't know how you have the energy after that to be streaming, because she works with children. And I'm like, oh my god, children are just I mean, if they're anything like I was as a kid, you need a lot of energy to deal with that.
How many dukes can you fight? Can you beat toddler dukes?
Would you rather fight one adult-sized duke or 20 child-sized dukes?
Oh, how would you go about that?
I would fight the adult-sized duke.
That's insane.
I'm like, even now, I'm like, I don't know how my mum and dad put up with me as a kid. And oh my god, even thinking about that, I was like, my mum was like, because my mum works in a school, right? She works with children, so she has that energy.
Oh, your mom
she works
does.
specifically. Yeah, works specifically with special needs kids as well. So it's like you need a certain energy.
Oh
with
yeah.
But I'm just like, yeah, I can see how my mum would keep up with me. She would be tired after work, but I can see how she would keep up. And then I'm just like thinking about my dad, and I'm like, he was so lazy. It's the best way to put it. He would literally, like, he had a really intense job though. Well, not intense. Like, some people might hear this and be like, that's not intense. But he was a laundry person for hospitals.
Oh, okay, that can be intense because the amount of laundry, the amount of, like, your job is to make sure infection is not
clean.
Yeah,
and, like no infections, no bio, anything.
Yeah, not gonna lie though, when you did say intense and then say laundry immediately after, I had to go, huh?
But then it's like, as soon as I was like, for a hospital, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, oh, huh?
Yeah, and it was like from 5 a.m. till
like, oh, gross.
5. Yeah, it was a long work day usually. And then from after that, he would go to the bowling club.
What?
Not pin bowling, right? The lawn bowls.
Lawn bowls? Hold on.
Oh yeah, if you don't know what lawn bowls are, you need to look it up. But it's a really fun sport. It doesn't seem like it would be fun because it's very kind of slow paced, but there's a lot that goes into it.
You can't. Are you talking about this?
Hang on.
Oh, sorry, it's on stream.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Twitch. Yeah, that.
What is this?
That's lawn bowls. Okay, so the goal of the game is to get the giant black balls that you're rolling on the grass. At the other end, there's going to be a tiny white ball called the jack.
Okay.
You want to get your ball to as close as that as possible. I can't remember though if you're allowed to, like, if it touches or not, if it cancels out, but you want to get it as close to the jack as possible without it touching usually.
Okay.
I think you can have it touch though. Was
he good?
Oh, he was really good. He got invited to the international bowling competition, bowling competition. So I was like, I didn't think my dad, to be fair, I didn't think he was that good, but that's just because I was a little kid and I was like, this game's boring, but now I'm like, I actually want to play it. But
on stream, VR chat, lawn bowling stream.
VR chat, lawn bowls. Let's do it.
Invite. Yeah. I'll be the best. I will now be a lawn bowling VTuber, guys.
But yeah, he would go from his work, which was from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. to the bowling club to play a little bit of lawn bowls, but mostly to drink.
Oh, I see.
Mostly drinking. And then he would get home, and this is when me and my brother would see him. He would get home, and he would just go into we called it his room, but it was like the back room of the house, which was like this massive living room area.
Man cave.
And he would sit on his very specific chair and watch the news. And that's all he did. He didn't help my mum with like any like dinner or anything like that.
What the heck?
But we're now thinking back on like how my dad acted, and we're looking at my brother who has autism, like diagnosed autism, and we're just like, yeah, dad was on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Like he had to, everything had to like go a specific day each day. Otherwise he was grumpy.
Yeah. But it sounds like you guys were very, very like understanding of it. So
yeah. Well, I think because like, especially because me and my brother would like use a lot of our energy during the day. By nighttime when our dad got home, we just kind of liked sitting there with him and just like watching. We didn't really watch the news because it's the news and you're a kid who watches the news. But it was like that sort of just like, it was like a weird, not weird, but like a way to connect with him without actually having to say anything.
I bet he really appreciated that. Yeah. I find that a lot of older men have it so hard in communicating that they appreciate any of your own, like, just
Any
understand.
of the like weird little ways to communicate.
Exactly. Like any way to make it easier for them, they're just super grateful. So what a sweet little interaction. I love that. Do
Yeah.
you
And oh my. I sorry, just thinking is like older men. I was like, yeah, my dad was older than my mom, that's for sure.
I see. Okay. Do you hold on? So you said you had a brother though. So like, what's the? Oh,
Yes.
yeah. If you don't mind, me asking, can you explain, your family dynamics and stuff?
Okay, so uh this will get pretty long and tangent because we are in an indigenous family as well, and indigenous families tend to be very close knit with like our cousins and that as well. So like we tend to like everyone tends it's more like siblings than anything.
I see.
But the immediate family is my mum, well, my mum was my dad, and then my brother, and then me.
I
And then we
see.
had a family dog, a
Oh,
little Chihuahua Jack
doggo!
Russell, who she passed away in 2018, but she was
Aw.
old. She was like when we got her, I was 2 years old, and she was also 2 years old. So
Oh,
she
I
grew up
see.
alongside me.
Oh, that must have been really hard. That was like
It
a
was, it
sibling.
was,
You,
it
you,
was like a sibling.
yeah. Oh
It was
man.
very weird. When she did pass, we kind of knew it was going to happen because she was very, very old. She was like 18 years old by that time. Um, but it was kind of funny for me because when she was on her last legs, that's when we actually got Jimin. So she somewhat became the mother mentor to a cat,
Oh, okay.
which was really funny because Jimin, when we got her, she was 7 months old, so she was still a little kitten, right? She was almost the same size as my cat. I mean, my dog.
Your cat is huge. What?
Well, Jimin actually, my dog Sasha was really small
Oh,
because of
other
the
way
Chihuahua side.
around. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know. I was thinking like a big dog.
well, it's funny because we've got two medium-sized dogs now, so you put them together, it makes one big dog. But
Basically, same thing, right?
yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
Same,
yeah,
like it
yeah.
matches the energy. But yeah, like Sasha was a Chihuahua Jack Russell, so she was a very small, petite dog. Not as small as they come, but still very small.
I see, I see.
But yeah, when she passed, we kind of knew it was going to happen that year because she was already deaf and blind, and she was starting to like her limbs were starting to get like what's the thing called when you can't move your limbs as well? I forget what
Decrepit,
it's called.
deteriorate,
It's this arthritis.
oh, right, yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
She already had like she had arthritis. So that year was kind of the year where we were like, even if something bad doesn't happen, like, some health issue or stuff, we were kind of thinking by the end of the year we might, for her own sake, have had to put her down. Just because it was getting very hard for her to live. And we were like, we can't imagine how frustrating imagine how frustrating that is for a dog that your only sense is your sense of smell
Yeah.
to like kind of go off. And we were just kind of getting to the point where we're like, this would be easier for her. And like, because we were fine looking after her, we were fine carrying her around places and all that. Especially because, you get to cuddle a cute dog while walking around. Like, who doesn't love that?
Yeah, and they get so cuddly and loving too. So yeah, the attachment is so precious. Yeah.
Yeah. But, oh my God, I was a bit mad at my mum the day that she did pass because she got taken into the vet to be euthanized because she had a liver problem, a liver failure, and they couldn't fix it. But me and my brother were really mad because we were at our uncle's house looking after his dogs.
Oh, so yeah.
So it was me, my brother, and my nana at my uncle's house because my nana was just like
Mhm.
checking up on us and stuff. But she got the call that morning, and from my mum, and she was like, my mum was like, can you go to his house? Like, can you go to my brother's house to like make sure the kids are okay? And my nana was like, what's wrong? And she was like, oh, we're putting Sasha down today, and the kids aren't here.
What the heck? So you couldn't
Yeah.
be there for Sasha's last moments?
No. We
I
were there
get that.
when we got home, they had taken her home,
Yeah.
but she was already passed by that point.
Mhm.
Sorry, now I'm thinking of my uncle's dogs who have also unfortunately both passed,
Oh
but
my god.
that was such a weird dynamic of dogs because he had a Great Dane and then a Chihuahua.
Okay, so big boy, small boy.
Yeah. The Chihuahua, she was the oldest dog we've ever had in the family. She went up to 21 years.
The Chihuahua?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
She was 21 years old when she passed.
Mhm.
She outlived the Great Dane, who but my uncle got in the middle of her lifespan, and he passed before her. Which we think was like kind of the catalyst for her passing as well, because dogs. A lot of people don't realize this. Pets in general experience grief just as humans do, and sometimes say like, okay, so say you have like a loved one, right? Like a partner or like, someone you're really, really attached to, and they pass, and then a few months later you pass, and oftentimes doctors will diagnose that as death by heartbreak. We're kind of convinced that's what happened with her because it was within like at least a year of the Great Dane passing and then her passing.
Yeah.
Why do I have so many dogs passing in my life, huh? What's going on?
For real. And
they need to stop.
Is a cat alive still?
Yes.
I fucking knew it. Stop getting dogs.
gotta get cats from now on.
Yeah.
Well, we got Jimin in 2017, at the very end of 2017. So she's only 7 years old? Oh my god. Jimin, how old are you? I'm just looking at her lying on my bed right now. But she's midlife now, I think, or getting close to midlife, or like adulthood at least.
Jimin is the cat that you sent me on Discord, right?
Yes, the one that I had to take to the vet.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, we only have her. She's our only cat. But that's really that was a funny story actually. Now that I think about it, when we got her was it took me years upon years to convince my mum to let me get a cat. And so that's how Jimin came about. But when we went to the cat shelter, because she's a shelter cat, we didn't want to like get a cat from a breeder or anything, because we knew there was already a lot of cats out there that needed a home. And when we got her, we went to the shelter, and it was her and her sibling, her sister. But we didn't get her sister, because my mum was very adamant that we were only getting one cat. But then as we were driving home, my mum just kept talking about her sister. She was like, oh, she was really cute. And she was like very timid compared to like this one that we got and stuff. And then the next day, my mum literally drove back to the shelter to see if they still had her.
Your mom is so funny. What the heck?
She like for years and years, she was like, we're not getting a cat. They're psychos. They do this and blah, blah, blah. And it's literally just because she grew up with literal psycho cats, like ones that would just randomly attack you and like run off for days.
Wait, and then run off for days?
Yeah, she would like, what would happen was like, because my uncle had a cat, and it was like one of those white cats that are super fluffy, but it would like, if you got close to it, it would go feral and start like, trying to scratch you and stuff.
It would
and
go
then it did this
aggro.
its
It's like a
entire
mob.
life. There was nothing that happened to this cat to make it act like this. It was just a dick.
It's probably
But then
seen
it
too
would run off.
much.
It seemed too much. But he would run off and then he would come back and he was like missing clumps of fur and stuff and he just looked feral. But like my uncle would always take him to the vet and they're like, yeah, he's fine. He got into a cat fight.
He's just a
But
dick.
he looked so feral.
Mhm.
I was like, damn.
Uh.
But I
Oh,
love cats.
can you leave it out there somewhere? Sorry about that. I kind of wanted to go back a little bit. I know. I don't want to ask this question if this is going to be very. Oh, girl, have you seen my episodes? I don't know. You know, you're fine. But you had mentioned earlier about you had an indigenous that word background.
The indigenous family.
Yeah, I don't want you to express anything that might dox you. But is there more you could elaborate on there? Because to me that's very interesting.
Yeah, okay. So a lot of people, obviously, the Australian Aboriginals are not entirely different from the American Indigenous group, but I would say group, like, but we're pretty similar in a sense. However, a lot of people are very shocked to find out that I'm Aboriginal, at least here in Australia, because Aboriginals here or Indigenous here are very dark. When you think of an Indigenous person, you think of a dark skinned person. You think of a black person because they have that skin tone. And then you look at me and I'm like glow in the dark.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But that's because Australian Aboriginals don't have the recessive gene that kind of keeps the color. So we're just like a printer running out of ink, almost.
What the heck? You know, I hear that there's a lot of people, like when you're... I think of a lot of hafus, half problems when you are... when you live as one, but you look like the other.
Look the other, yeah.
I guess, yeah. I'm sorry for using such vague words. But, yeah.
There is a lot of there's things people don't think about, which is well, one of the main things, and this is like getting a bit like, I don't know, some people might not be comfortable with it, but I have to deal with quite a lot of racism.
Right? Yeah.
A lot of people don't think about because they're like, oh, but Duke, you're white. And I was like, I get racism comments from both sides. Because from the Aboriginal side, they just see me as a white person, right? They just see the skin color at first, and then like I'll say something in my native tongue or my native group's tongue, and then they're like, "Oh shit!" And then from the white side, white Australians are very, especially like not older generations, but middle age, I find especially, are very, very racist towards Aboriginals.
What the heck?
And yeah, you'll find actually a lot of the
everywhere.
older generation are a lot kinder.
Yes, this is true everywhere. I'm sad to hear that. I'm sorry.
It's okay, but it's just when people like hear that, they're like, "But you can't experience that." And I was like, "Well, every race can experience racism." One, but it's definitely on a different scale if you're a minority, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like the comments I would have to listen to, or I would listen to, and then I would just kind of sit there quietly, and when they're like, especially like the white side, right, with their racist comments towards Aboriginals, because I look white. I like to call myself an Aboriginal ninja. I'm in the dark. I'm hidden away, but
you're a firefly. Sorry, I was
like they'll just. It's okay. They'll just be like saying these racist comments, and then I wait for them to be done, and I just kind of go, "You know, I'm Aboriginal, right?" And then just like, "Oh, we don't mean you," and I was like, "No, you mean me."
I didn't know you would
You said Aboriginal people. You mean me. I'm undercover, yeah.
So you
But
call
yeah,
them out, but what do they do
I call
after
them out.
that?
They just kind of shut up, usually.
Mhm.
It happened in my last job. One of our regulars was being very racist towards Aboriginals, because at the time we were having a thing go around in Parliament to vote for if Aboriginals should be added to the Constitution. Like there was something to do with adding them to the Constitution,
Mhm.
and someone was saying something pretty like racist to them, and I wasn't saying anything, but my friend who got me the job was sitting behind the bar like washing some glasses listening, and then as they were done she just went, "You know Duke's Aboriginal, right?" And they just like they just went so quiet because I was their favorite bartender.
Did that change anything?
Yeah, they stopped talking so badly about Aboriginals, and I like it's like kind of a point to make. It's like you don't know like things about the people around you. Like sure from an outside perspective, like it's like yeah, sure from an outside perspective I look white because of how pale I am, but there's the culture and stuff, there's my family heritage, all of that's Aboriginal.
Right.
All of that is it's something I take very personal as well. Like I'm very proud of my Aboriginal heritage, and a lot of people are always like, "Why are you proud of it?" I'm like, "Why wouldn't I be proud of it? Are you kidding me? We have something in our our mythology called the rainbow serpent, which is a giant fucking snake that makes rivers.
Let's fucking go. That actually
Who
sounds
wouldn't
cool
be
as
proud of
hell.
that?
Can you tell me more about the mythology?
Okay. Oh god, here we go. We're going into it. Okay.
Yeah!
So the Aboriginal Australian mythology is oftentimes called the dream time.
Oh?
Which is a time. It's kind of a time before humans, where animals were the main. It's like like dinosaurs and kind of like that. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dream time was very much. It was more. I don't want to say fantasy like, but it's more like the animals could speak the Aboriginal tongues of whichever dialect they were from, right? Because that's another thing. There's like over 100 different Aboriginal dialects.
Oh my god.
Like people just kind of group us all together, but it's like no, there are different tribes, and within those tribes there are different languages. Like it's crazy.
How do you communicate across tribes if you all speak different languages? Or dialects,
Well,
I suppose.
Depending on certain sides of Australia obviously would never have connected with the Aboriginal groups. Like some Aboriginal group from like Sydney area would never be able to connect with someone from Perth because that's such a large distance, and we didn't have cars or planes or anything at that time of when like communication between tribes was like that. But depending on which state, a lot of even though it's different dialects, a lot of the words were extremely similar.
Okay.
And so there was kind of this sounds like this word, and that means this in this, like, this language. And it was probably, or like, that means this in my language. And it probably was exactly what that person meant. Or they would point to the thing that they're talking about, because
do you think your native tongue is easy to learn? Sorry.
I would say it's easy in a sense because it's not a written language. It's a heard language. Like you speak it. I was literally about to say the indigenous language didn't have writing. We had symbols that we used to communicate things like specific track patterns and stuff for which animals have crossed through or which animal land it is. But we didn't have any writing for it. And so when like the English came over and they heard the language and stuff, they came up with like the spelling and stuff for it. The spelling for the words. what? How do I describe it? Like I'll at least say this because my tribe, my group is one of the largest groups, so and it like spans over almost half of Western Australia at least.
Mm-hmm.
The Noongar group has like at least I think I'm trying to remember. We've got a lot of smaller groups inside the Noongar like tribe,
Mm-hmm.
the Noongar dialect.
I don't even know how to spell that. How would you?
That's what I mean, though. It's a herd language, so it's like a lot of
Right?
the stuff.
Oh, do they use
But
the English alphabet too, or is it their own characters?
we use the English alphabet.
Okay, I see.
So that was hard for me to think about. 'Cause
No,
I'm like,
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
a written language, but like, yeah. Nowadays, like, yeah. Hang on, I'll send you how to spell the
Thank
the group.
you. Here, I'll put it in chat too in case you guys are curious.
Yeah. And then as I was saying, like each area have different dialects.
Mm-hmm.
So the Noongar land, Noongar country, as we call it, has 12 different dialects. So that's 12 different clans.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I was looking for, clans. There's different clans.
That's
Oh my god,
actually
we're like Game of Thrones.
yeah. At some point, it just sounds very, very like deeply
Fantasy
cultured.
almost.
Yeah, and I have like there's so much lore. Have you?
But
Oh.
sorry, I was thinking, I was like, oh, I was meant to be talking about the dream time.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, I'm so. You talk about
We
so
completely
many.
got like.
Yeah. If you check out the
We got
doc,
derailed.
yeah. Every time I have it indent, that's when I add that. I add tangents by indenting, and this is probably the doc with the most indents.
But yeah, like the dream time was very much very mythical time, very dream like in a sense. It was very colorful, a lot of things that just kind of don't make sense nowadays. But then there's things in Australia that you look at and you kind of go, you hear the stories from like the people, like the Aboriginal people of that area, and you just kind of go, oh, I can see how that actually makes sense, right? Because at least for my area, we have a story about two lovers. This is gonna sound really. This plays into a joke we have in Aboriginal like culture, but we had this Dreamtime story of two lovers who were from the same family, so they were cousins, and their family were like, you cannot be together, you are your family, right? Like the class, like everyone knows that that's bad. But these two were just like, well, we love each other and we must be together, right? But they were already planned to marry others. They were like planned to marry other people from different tribes. That's how it also like connecting tribes worked, is you would marry into another tribe, or your tribe would like have a connection, have you marry this person so you guys can have that connection and war won't break out.
I see.
But yeah, so these two were like, we're lovers, we must be together. And then I try to remember what he's called, but he was like the overseer of the land. He was the one who communicated with the gods, the ancients, you know, people like the spirits. This person would communicate with the spirits, and he went to the families and he was like, the spirits are very mad at you for letting these two be together, even though the families were like, we don't want them together. It was like, they're cousins, they can't be together.
But the spirit medium called them out. They're like, hey, the spirits are saying they fucked.
And so the only thing that the spirit medium was like, you must all sacrifice yourself and these two must be separated. And so what happened was, like, in the story, the male became a mountain on one side of the river, and the female became another mountain on the other side of the river. And you can actually go to those mountains, and it does look like like they look like two people sleeping from certain angles.
Okay.
So it's like things like that. It's like there's that part of my brain that's like, there's no way that's true. But then there's the Aboriginal side where it's like, I can understand how that like could actually happen.
Mhm.
And then I was saying as well before that the cousin, like the two lovers plays a joke into the Aboriginal culture, which is if they're Aboriginal, you have to ask who their family is. Because you might be related by accident, like you might be long distance related.
I see. Oh, dating must be so hard. Especially with
But
the
it's why I don't date Aboriginals. I'm like, you could be my cousin.
especially too if they're like white passing and so you're not able to tell.
You can't really tell. And
You-
that's the funny thing is you're more likely to be cousins.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean we had the the stolen generation, which was Aboriginal children being taken from their families, put into white institutions, and like I was saying, we don't have that recessive gene that like lets the black coloring in our skin come out. The melatonin, is it? Or what's the one for skin color? I forget.
Melanin.
Melatonin is the sleep one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have that recessive gene that allows our melanin to come back out. And so when the English found out about this, they were like, we can breed that's literally the terminology they would use as well. We can breed the Aboriginal out of them. We can make them quote unquote normal, right? Because that's how the white mindset worked back then.
Colonies. But that's what the hell? I do notice.
And so you'd have like all these Aboriginal children who were siblings and that taken from their family, and then they would grow up, marry a white person, and then they would have a bunch of kids, right? And you would lose track of your family. Like some of the Aboriginal people who got separated from their family, they would separate the kids into groups, and then they would take those kids to different towns so that they had no connection to family whatsoever.
And then they'd be
and you just lose track of your family, and then years later, you could have a grandkid, and then that grandkid goes to marry this other person, and it turns out they're like long distant cousins.
Oh, fuck!
Because of that. Yeah.
Have you?
The whites unintentionally created an incest problem.
But okay, have you personally, like, I don't know, had to like be like, oh my god, this person is my family, like in your dating?
We've had a few instances, not because I'm not I don't date a lot. I'm not. I have to have a really close connection to the person to date, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I've only had like 3 people in my life that I've dated, and none of them were Aboriginal.
Okay.
But,
okay.
My mum had a few where she was like, "Oh, I'm going on a date with this person," and my mum would say the last name to my nana, and my nana would go, "You need to ask who their family is right now."
Your nana.
My mum would be like, "Yeah," my nana would be like, "You need to ask right now," and my mum would be like, "Okay." And she would go and ask, and she would come back to my nana, and my nana would be like, "You can't date her," or like, "You can't date him because he's your 3rd cousin, like, or 5th cousin or something like that." And it's like, oh shit, okay.
This is actually so popular in Asian families as well. I love it.
You can't date this person.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah, exactly. Like the elders are like, "What's their last name? This is their parents. Their parents are related to you in this way." It's like, oh fuck, okay.
And especially with I know at least for Japanese, right, and Korean, a lot of the last names are very there's certain last names that are extremely common. And so it's like their last name's this, and it's like the exact same as your family's, or like one of your like grandmas or something, and it's like, I need to do research. I need to look up something.
You start becoming a geneticist overnight.
Yeah. Literally, that's how it feels to be Aboriginal. If you
Oh,
like are looking to date
yeah.
another Aboriginal, it's like I need to run history checks. I need blood samples.
Do
I need
it.
photos of Spider-Man now.
You're doing like the allele squares all over again.
Yeah,
Oh god. Holy shit,
but
dude. I actually need to really quick add a placement here. We are approaching our 1 hour mark, and I wanted to ask one more question before I take a break,
yeah,
if that's fine. I also wanted
yeah.
to add a quick poke for anyone in the Twitch side of today's stream. Feel free to ask Duke questions. We will get to them after the intermission, and any questions that we don't get to, we will get to at the end. There's so much to talk about, and I'm so sad that I need to bring it back to the Dreamtime thing. But yeah, so why was it called Dreamtime again? You said it was just like the aesthetic. Can you, I don't know, maybe give a picture or describe it? But like, what makes it, I suppose, what warrants the name Dreamtime?
Well, the name Dreamtime, it was kind of because back before the English and the Danish and all that, right? Before they came to Australia, Aboriginals, when they would think of the past, it would be through stories, or it would be through, you would get messages from the spirits or the gods and that through dreaming. Like, and a lot of the times gods or spirits would show themselves as animals rather than as humans. Because it's like that whole eldritch thing, right? Like the eldritch horrors, you can't, if you look at them, your mind breaks. It would kind of be like that, and that's why the spirits or the gods showed themselves as animals. And so oftentimes, like, the stories that we were told as kids and that about the Dreamtime came from like things people had been told in dreams, and that's why it was oftentimes known as the Dreamtime. Well, at least that's what I've been told, but it could be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what's like for other people. It's just it was like history, like it's like how, you know, with religion, their history is with Jesus, and anything before that is, there was nothing before God, right? That's the thing for religion, or like at least Christianity, Catholics, and that. But then there's, with kind of the more atheist scientist side, there's evolution, and, you know, there was the Big Bang. That was the first thing. And then for Aboriginals, it was the Dreamtime.
I see.
Like,
okay.
And we had like the sky spirit. We also, and then we had like the spirit. There was like spirits, or the goddess of, like, I think she was a goddess of water to make the oceans. And then it was just a whole different bunch of gods coming together to create Australia, in a sense, or create the world. Because in the Dreamtime, they actually do mention other places outside of Australia.
Oh my god. Okay.
In like our cave paintings from like the Aboriginal time before the English showed up was showing us trading with people from Egypt.
What
And
the
like
heck?
we had a massive trading system going on with other native groups.
So you guys weren't just an island. You guys were a huge trading entity.
We were a trading entity. We are technically a islander group. Like,
Yeah.
It's a massive island. And so it kind of makes sense that we understood sea travel, and especially since our neighbors were the Maori people, you know, the people, the natives from New Zealand, who are known for sea travel. And so it kind of made sense that we would naturally run into other groups, considering our neighbors were sea travelers. But yeah, and then also the natives of Papua New Guinea, which is just above Australia.
Holy shit.
And then the whole connection to Indonesia as well. It's just because it's kind of not a straight line, but like an easier line to navigate
To be completely honest, Duke, I had no idea. I have zero idea. Like, I know nothing about Australia.
That's fair. To be fair, like when I talk about stuff from Australia, a lot of people are like, we didn't know this. And it's like, well, yeah, you wouldn't be taught this because we aren't even taught this in our schools. Like
I would.
that's one of the things like we've been trying to push for is more Aboriginal learning in classes.
Oh yeah.
But because the education system is very whitewashed, as it were,
I see.
they tried to erase any bad history, which
That's
is, I mean, the stolen generation, and then we also did have a lot of bloodshed between English because of English folk, right?
really quick. If before was Dreamtime, what's after Dreamtime?
After Dreamtime would be because so when people dreamed of Dreamtime, they dreamt of it as a place in the past.
I see.
And so after Dreamtime was the time of man, basically.
Oh,
Like there was that
okay.
difference because at one point in the Dreamtime, the animals evolved from animals into humans.
Holy shit. Okay. This is
So
the
we believe
predecessor
in
of
the whole
Animorphs.
evolution thing as well. Like we believe in that transformation from animals to man.
I see. What the heck? I want to know more, but I need to go on a small break. I need to go pee.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I mean, I can talk to chat if any of them want to know more about it.
Heck yeah! And if you guys have any specific questions, feel free to redeem through the redemption store. Okay.
Yeah.
5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Just really quick. This has been so like educational. You have no idea how fun this has been. So thank you for taking the time to just go through it all.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I mean, you know, as I said, I'm gonna go on tandems about things I love.
Thank goodness. And I love hearing you go on tangent. So, I will be right back. And be nice, chat. Don't be weird, chat. And hi YouTube. Bye YouTube.
Okay, chat. All right. Tell us more about the funny rainbow snake. Okay, the rainbow serpent. All right, let me get, because I like to have a rainbow, a doc up while I'm talking about it, just so I can make sure I'm telling everything correctly. Let's see. Where do we even start with the rainbow serpent? So as I was saying, the rainbow serpent, at least in Aboriginal culture, was the creator of rivers, like waterways, right? Any waterway, any water in Australia was created by the rainbow serpent. And that was just through him, like, moving through the ground or moving across the ground. And we have this thing we tell people where if the water's clear, it's safe. You're able to swim through it. You're able to drink the water. But if the water's murky or you can't see the bottom, don't cross that water. Don't enter that water. Don't drink that water, because that means the rainbow serpent has recently moved there or has recently rested there. And doing anything to upset him will bring bad fortune, bad illness onto your life, right? And it's also puts into the whole don't drink just any water because you don't know what type of bacteria will have, right? It's the same thing. Don't drink this water because you don't know what's in it, or don't enter this water because you don't know what's in it. But yeah, I don't know what it means. Yeah, weird? What? No, not us. No. What else about the rainbow serpent? He's one of the oldest spirits. He's known as the giver of life because he's associated with water. If you anger the serpent, he can be extremely disruptive because he is a large serpent. He created the largest rivers in Australia. Godlike Snake was kind of resting there. Makes me want to drink it more. Like, what if we get god powers? Well, if you count your god powers as getting sick, then I mean, go, you know, like, go for it, but it kind of risks putting bad fortune on not only yourself, but your family, whether past or future family. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think what else. So it's like a curse. Yeah, it's like a curse. I mean, he is a god, so he can put curses on people. And then it's also like kind of interesting if you think about it, because there was the whole the megafauna, I think it was, time in history. I think it was megafauna, at least. When they had the giant snake. Let me look. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Fauna mentioned BRB crying. No! No, I'm sorry! I forgot! Wanambi. Okay, what is the Wanambi? Constrictor snakes are unrelated to Australian pythons. Okay, how big were they? Okay, the Wanambi was a fairly large snake with the type species exceeding 4 to 6 meters, 13 to 20 feet long. Okay, I think it was the Yurlunga then. I think it was the Yurlunga. Yeah, it was. Okay. So yeah, in the megafauna time, right? It kind of adds up with the rainbow serpent because there was the Yurlunga, which is was a giant snake, which was about, they typically reached between 4.5 to 6 meters, which was 15 to 20 feet, and then their vertebra was about 7 to 8 meters, 23 to 27 feet. It was a large snake, and this is oftentimes the snake that is associated with the rainbow serpent because they're just so large.
Hi, I'm back.
Hi, I was just talking about the connection between the megafauna snake and the rainbow serpent.
Oh, okay. Wait, the mega,
Yeah.
let me type this out really quick. Megafauna?
Yeah, so the megafauna was, if you're going off the what's it, evolution chain, right? Like from dinosaurs to
Hydration demand.
humans. The megafauna was a period of time where everything was just massive. Like, this is something I would say. The rainbow serpent, at least in my dialect, is called the waggle.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll have different names depending on which dialect or which country you're in Australia. It's so weird to say country in Australia, but then it's like it makes sense to me. But which dialect, which clan you're in. So the waggle is from the Noongar group.
Okay.
That's the name we have for him. But he kind of matches up almost perfectly with the Yolunga, which was a megafauna serpent in Australia
Okay.
back in the megafauna time. This serpent, at least the Yolunga, got to about 15 to 20 feet in length, and then its vertebra was a maximum length of 23 to 26 feet. So it was a massive snake.
Oh, what the heck? Why are they so descriptive?
Well, we got fossils.
Oh, what the heck? That's so cool.
Yeah, we've got fossils of these large snakes from the megafauna time. I'm trying to remember what time it was from, but it's kind of hard to that lived in late Neogene. Okay, Neogene, which was the geological period and system that spans 20.45 million years from the end of Paleogene. Okay. But yeah, it was like this specific time period where just every animal, for no apparent reason, was just large. Like you'll see like large like anteaters and stuff like that. That's that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
It was just really interesting to like, I mean, finding that out in like that's the sort of stuff we learned in school. And then I would go home and I'd find out like I'd learn more about like, you know, the rainbow serpent or like the dream time stuff from that time, and it just all matched up with like there was things that matched up.
Yes, actually, okay, this is going to be a great way to... You know so much about your culture, and I think I see that Leiro had asked a really, really good question that I want to kind of get to. So let's get started on some of the viewer questions really quick.
Yeah.
Migo had asked, what is the most Bogan Duke can sound?
The most okay, so
what's bogan?
Vespy, do you know what bogan means?
No.
Okay. So bogan is like redneck Australian.
Oh, really? That's a thing?
Yeah. That's what we call our rednecks here. We call them bogans.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what would be... I have to look up bogan sayings.
Yeah.
This shows that I'm not a bogan, the fact that I have to look up things to say.
I'm not quite
sure. I still think I'm a bit of a bogan though.
I'm not sure what makes it a different what's the difference between normal? Are you
Okay, so it is very hard to tell because a lot of the bogan words we do just naturally say as Australians, like breakfast is brekkie.
Oh, okay.
Like that's considered a bogan term.
Okay. That's cute. I like it. Let's go get brekkie.
Yeah. Barbie or Barbie grill, barbecue. Like barbecue grill.
I wanna go get some Barbie.
I wanna sentence. I wanna find a sentence and I wanna try and say it. It's so hard to find like just a sentence though to say.
Maybe it would make it even funnier if you just said a very normal sentence, but in a very bogan way. Is she practicing?
Right, let me think.
Oh,
let me
no.
think.
Oh, I just need...
Oh, ads. There is one, but I'm trying to remember how it goes. There's a sentence you can say and it sounds really bogan.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember how it goes. Or, how's it going? You want to go on a brekkie run to Macca's? You want to go on a quick Macca's run to get brekkie? And we'll stop by the servo later, get some ciggies. Like that's the pretty like that's pretty much what you'll hear.
What? What?
Yeah.
What does normal? What does a normal Aussie sound like?
Oh my god. We just kind of go, do you want to go to Macca's?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Do you want to go to McDonald's? Do you want to go to Macca's? But instead, it's like, oh, you want to go to Macca's for a brekkie run, eh?
Oh my god. You should get a redeem for that. A Bogan Duke redeem.
I just start talking like a bogan.
Yeah! I bet that'd be so fun.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I can do it, but it's like it takes a lot to like even just be like, oh my god, how do they sound? I don't run it. I'm a bit of a neat. I don't run into bogans in the natural Australian wild.
I see, I see. Well, maybe like you did before, there might be like reference videos out there.
Yeah.
But
a lot of the times we just kind of go like, I heard this Australian say this once, and it sounded pretty bogan.
it sounded pretty bogan, sounds so wild to me. Like what is there a type of energy that is carried by bogan words or
It's usually a bit lower class. That's the type of energy.
Oh my goodness!
Like it doesn't sound as fancy.
I see.
As
Okay.
just saying, would you like to go to Macca's?
We have that, but for rich people, that's bougie. I say we. I feel like this is a pretty universal term, actually.
I think bougie. Yeah, I think saying someone's bougie is pretty universal.
What the heck? Well, yeah. That's crazy. But okay, let me go on to the next question really quick. So,
Yeah.
Leiru asks, you seem to know a lot about Aboriginal culture. Was this something you were naturally exposed to as you grew up, or did you go out of your way to like reconnect with it? Good question, Leiru.
That's it. That is a good question because I mean, especially with the fact that I'm white. I was like, I'll say that. Like, I am white. Like, even though I'm Aboriginal, I am very much white. And so, growing up, we kind of just naturally gravitated towards Aboriginal culture. We didn't realize at the time when I was a kid that we were Aboriginal, but we just
Oh.
kind of gravitated towards it more naturally. And my mum, just at one point in my life, I was like probably 4 or 5. And I was like, why do we gravitate to, or why are we more like Aboriginal people than other white people are? And then she just kind of went, because we are Aboriginal. I was like, oh, okay. And then like we slowly just started learning more and more because there is that part, especially with the stolen generation, when you find out you're Aboriginal, you oftentimes people from that group want to reconnect with the land, as it were. They want to reconnect with their culture and they want to find out because it's a part of self-identity, right?
Yeah.
Finding out your history and that. But another thing was just kind of growing up, I would make up stories and then later on when I looked back, or like looking back at some of the stories I made now, like I literally made a story about how the dingo got its color. And when I was like looking back at that, I remembered I went to the museum like the next day, and there was a thing in the museum recently about like it was showcasing Aboriginal culture and Aboriginal heritage, and it talked about the Dreamtime, and it mentioned one of the things that they think the dingo got its color by the red dirt, because of red dirt, like the red dirt in Australia that gets picked up by the wind. And so in the Dreamtime, there was a big like storm that came through Australia and picked up all the red dirt and threw it onto the dingoes, giving them their color.
I see.
When I was 5 years old, I didn't know any of this, and I wrote a story because we had to come up with our own Dreamtime story. And I wrote a story about how the dingo got its color, and it was the exact same story.
Wait,
like,
so did the
it's like
teacher?
the teacher, like none of them knew because they were all white, right? They weren't Aboriginal. Like they were all English.
Mm-hmm.
And so none of them, they were just like, oh, good job, Duke. Like, well done. And I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks. But then it's like later finding out, I'm just like, oh, well, maybe there's like some, like, there was like, the spirits were talking to me.
Let's go. Okay,
So
okay.
it's just like that natural connection, I guess.
Do you
And you have that natural connection, but then it's your choice if you want to learn, like continue learning, right?
True. I have a lot of my own like cultural stuff I need to go over. Do you have were both your parents Aborigines? I see, I
So
see.
it's funny, I'm thinking of like my family heritage now, and I'm like, wow, we are full of people who just hate the English, because my dad was a full-blooded Irishman
Oh.
from the south of Ireland. So the area that really just does not like the English
Okay.
because of like what happened in the Irish history and that. And my mum is we have a bit of English in my mum's side, but we're mainly English, Scottish, Irish, and Aboriginal, obviously. Like we
Mm-hmm.
have about four what is it, genetics, genes. I don't know what to call it, but like we have four different cultures in my mum's side of the family.
Ethnicities. Yeah.
And I think the funniest thing is like, where would you expect an Irishman and an Australian to meet? Because I bet it wasn't England.
Yeah, true. Where
Because
did
that's what they met, in England at my dad's pub. Who
Oh,
he
okay.
was a bar manager, and she was a
Cute.
bar lady.
Wait, so they were like coworkers?
They were not only co-workers, but my dad was her boss.
Oh, I see. Kind of funny how you
Yeah.
ended up being also a bartender.
It is kind of funny because I think it's just so because our entire family's everyone in our family has been a bar or like at least a hospitality worker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like maybe it's something we're just naturally good at.
You guys are
Wow, office
naturally
romance.
you guys are natural people pleasers?
People pleasers. We're people pleasers and beer pourers.
Beer pours. Give me my
Yeah.
drink, Duke. You are a dragon maid as well, so a maid even. Actually,
Yeah.
is there any part of your design that is inspired from your cultural background?
I do wish there was. I think the dragon part is pretty like some would say the rainbow serpent is a dragon in a sense because of how it travels.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really have any I didn't really add any Aboriginal things. I guess the closest thing though would be my hair color, because the Aboriginal flag it's black, and then in the center you have the yellow circle, and then the bottom is red. So the black represents the sky or the people, and then the red represents the red dirt that you find in Australia. It's the land, and then the sun in the middle is the yellow circle.
Okay, got it. Oh,
Yeah.
you said that
I
was
did wanna add
unintentional?
more. It was unintentional because my hair was my original hair design, at least, the yellow and black one, was based on my hair at the time that I had IRL. And then as I like kept, changing the design, like working on it and stuff, I was like, kind of want to add a bit more to the hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added the red, and then Luca actually is the one who pointed it out. He was like, oh, it's like the Aboriginal flag. I was like, oh my god, you're right. I did it without knowing. But yeah,
Okay.
there's like things I do want to at least like to showcase a little bit of my Aboriginal side.
Like what? If
Like
you
at
don't mind
least
me
like,
asking.
well, I was thinking like honestly, I was thinking something as simple as just like a pin of the Aboriginal flag.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So about your model, actually, it is made by Woody, and did you commission her?
I didn't. This was a complete surprise.
Really? I I had no idea.
Because there was one stream where Whitney came into chat and she was like, Duke, how does this thing work on your reference sheet? And I was like, I'm just there like, what are you doing? Because I knew Whitney did rigging, and I knew that she did art as well for Live 2D. And so I'm just there like, what are you doing?
What is she
scheming?
Right now? Yeah, she's
she
a
was
schemer.
Scheming, and then she just dropped it in my DMs one day while I was streaming, and she was like, I have a gift for you. And I was like, I think I know. I was like, I think I know what it is. Because I was like, why would someone who knows Live 2D, who knows how to rig, who knows how to do art, be asking things about my model and how they would move?
Right? But I bet that still got you like, ooh, excited, like, ooh.
It did. Okay, so this is something that Whitney added, which with the tail is whenever I smile, it wags faster.
Yeah.
So the entire stream of like me like getting this model set up and stuff, the tail was just going ballistic. Because I just could not stop smiling, and I was like messing around with the physics and stuff. Because like, if I turn the physics way up, the tail would just go crazy. Like it would kind of break a little bit.
There should be a mechanic where if you smile for a while, it just starts like it's going so fast. There's like a blur, like a little motion blur.
That is actually, oh my god,
it's so cute.
I'll have to mention it to Whitney because I am planning on at least having her as my model papa in the future.
No way!
For future models.
Do you have your art already on the way?
Not yet. I do know who I'm commissioning though.
Oh, any peeks?
It's not Gatlas. That's just to like get it out there. It's not Gatlas that I'm commissioning.
Oh no, me.
I would love to commission Gatlas, but
they were already.
But he's very busy, and I'm like, I don't want to put extra workload on him.
I see. Do you already kind of know what your design would look like? Would it look a lot like the one now?
The one I'm going for would definitely look a lot more like my reference sheet. Very full adult kind of model with the booba.
You know, while I'm here, let me show off what you your very first one.
Oh yeah. Hang on, let me also send you the new one so you can kind of be like,
compare it.
This is what. Yeah, the comparison.
Before, after. This is so cute! You doubled your horns. Or, wait, no, I see your 4 horns. Why do you have 4 horns? It's crazy.
Why not?
You're right. Okay, and then there's this one.
It's just fun to have, like, little things like that, right? Like, little habits. It's like, why do they have 4 horns? Why do they have this?
Have you ever seen Haruhi Suzumiya?
Haruhi Suzumiya. Is that the... I'm trying to remember. I've heard the name at least.
You remind me a lot of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Hang on. Haruhi... Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait! It's like, oh my god, what's the series called? It's literally Haruhi Suzumiya, the series, but like, wasn't it like a specific, it was a very popular anime, I remember. The melancholy, the melancholy of Haruhi
the melancholy.
Suzumiya.
Yeah.
I'm very bad with words, I realize.
Oh, that's just English. The C and H make the sound, except in melancholy. Okay.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Your design is so cute. Why did you decide to be a dragon maid?
There's a lot of reasons. Dragons were... I always loved dragons. I was a horse kid for a little bit. I was a horse girl for like a year. Thanks to the movie Spirit. But then, what was I watching that like made me kind of look at dragons? I think it might have been Yu-Gi-Oh!
Really?
The blue-eyed white dragon.
No way. That's so... Okay, I see.
Oh, you know what it would have been? It would have been Yu-Gi-Oh, but also Dragon Ball and Pokemon. Like all the dragon types in Pokemon, and then like Dragon Ball with Shenron.
Uh-huh.
And then like Yu-Gi-Oh's got the blue eyes white dragon and the red eyes black dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But then also I was born in the year of the golden dragon, so I've always kind of had that
There's
affiliation
a
with
golden
dragons.
dragon year?
So
That's
it's
different?
each millennium, yeah. Each millennium, whatever animal of the zodiac sign that year is for, will become a golden. So, because I was born in 2000, it was the year of the golden dragon.
When's the year of the golden rabbit, motherfuckers?
Actually, let's look that up. Hang on, golden rabbit years. When is it? Year of the rabbit.
It was my year! Wait, no. I'm stupid.
So
I can't read.
let's see. 2011 was okay. So the year of the golden rabbit was in 2011,
I
beginning of
was an
February
Earth
3rd,
rabbit.
and ending on January 22nd, 2012. It also was 1999, 1987, 1974, 1963, 1951, 1939, and 2023!
Yeah.
Last year!
What's this
We've got
year?
2,000 kids, oh my god. Oh yeah, what is
Yeah.
this year? Wait. Yeah. What animal zodiac is... Oh my god, don't even... I was about to say, don't even get me started. It's the dragon. I was like, don't even get me started on
It's
zodiacs
your
and
year!
tarot
And
Yeah, it's my year.
astrology. Oh, we
Yeah.
can. I would love to. But hold on, let me write down some stuff. Cool. You were born in the golden dragon year. That's so neat. Wait.
Yeah.
Pause. I missed the third thing you said. It was Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Of course, Shenron, DBZ.
We love Shenron.
True.
I was for years I wanted to get a massive Shenron leg tattoo, like going all the way up my leg.
Holy
I kind of
shit.
decided off that because I was like, I kind of want smaller tattoos now.
Well, what tattoos do you... Wait, okay, hold on. Tattoos are a very identifiable trait on people, so please be wary of disclosing any of your tattoos. But if you have,
Well,
yeah, if you don't mind...
I've showed off at least one of my tattoos. I've only got two,
Uh-huh.
but I've showed off one of my tattoos, which is going to be part of a series of tattoos I'm getting. But it's
Nice!
the bonfire from Dark Souls,
Mhm.
specifically Dark Souls 3 with the coiled sword. But Dark Souls and FromSoft games just in general, like the Souls-like games, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Bloodborne. They've always been my favorite video games. Like just something about them that's so fun to me. I don't know, maybe it's like the continuous struggle until you achieve what you're going after.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I've got the it's basically that one on stream, but actually I think I might have I was like, do I have a photo of it? I don't remember. But I got it's on my right hip, and then above that on my right rib cage, like that side area, I'm going to get the dark sign from Dark Souls.
The dark side?
Especially
Oh.
Okay, so look up Dark Sign Dark Souls 3 and
Okay.
it should come up with like what looks like an eclipse.
This looks so cool.
And so I'm going to get it in a way where
Are you getting that thing at that long thing?
The long line is
Uh-huh.
going to directly connect to the bonfire at the bottom.
Ooh!
Because in it kind of like, I can't remember exactly what, but I remember there's one specific bonfire in Dark Souls where the dark sign sun kind of points directly down into the bonfire. But it's not like, it's like in the distance still, it's like still in the background. So it just looks like it lines up.
Yeah. Clever composition.
And then on my left side, I'm going to get on my hip. I will get the side of Grace from Elden Ring, and then the Elden Ring on my left rib cage, like my left side of my rib cage. And then sternum tattoo. I still gotta play through the game because I actually haven't played through Bloodborne. But sternum tattoo is going to be the corruption rune from Bloodborne. Because I just like the design. I think it's a cool design.
That's just been it, right? You're just getting all these because they look so cool.
They just look cool, and like as I said, like FromSoft is a big part of I guess it's a big part of my life because of how long I've been playing Dark Souls games. Though if I'm saying that, I should probably get a Halo tattoo.
Oh!
At some point in my life, because Halo was my not my very first video game, but it's the first video game that I can really, really remember playing through. And I was about 5 years old when I played Halo Combat Evolved with my brother. It was like on our first console as well, which was the Xbox, the OG Xbox.
Let's go!
Oh, I miss it.
What kind of tattoo would you get?
I'm not sure if I would get the actual Halo, or if I would get Master Chief's numbers. You know, his exact numbers that he has. But or if I would get like something like. Actually, you know what would be a really good one for Halo because in Halo there's a specific mode you can turn on where if you get a headshot on a grunt, confetti flies out of their head.
Oh, what?
It's called Happy Birthday mode.
Oh, that's fun.
And you'll hear them go.
Oh, you got nerfed. I couldn't hear you. Discord cut out your high notes.
Hang on, let me
turn
off Discord.
Oh, we're getting the raw sound.
We're gonna get the raw sound. Okay. It's gonna sound a lot worse, but when you shoot them in the head and the confetti flies out, you will hear a yay!
I need that. That should be your follow sound alert.
But my jingle keys.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, my follow sound is me jingling. Like I recorded a soundbite of me jingling my keys.
Why?
To make my follower not follower redeem sound, but the follower sound, because I need something to grab my attention, and it's like maybe when I've seen the Markiplier video where he's like trying to keep everyone's attention. He's like, jingle, jingle. It's your favorite sound. It literally works on me. I wasn't gonna have it, but had it as a sound for something. I think it was when I was doing a charity event. I had it as sound for something, and Sage mentioned how cute it was that I would keep, like, my attention would keep jumping back to, like, you would see me actively look over at my other screen when I would hear the other sound, or you would hear me, like, jump up, like, what? Who's jingling keys?
Was this when you had your model?
No, this is when I was using my other model, the more Amori.
The Amori. Yes, I remember now. Yeah. You colored it so good. I didn't know you could color it until I saw your model, actually. So that was neat.
It is kind of funny because like a lot of people were like, "How do you do that?" And then I've just kind of become the person who's like, "This is how you do it."
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, this is how you change things. But I don't know, I just like, I'm just like realizing, man, I really do have ADHD with the jingle sound and stuff.
It's beautiful, and honestly, I love it. I adore it. You are such a gem of a human. Or, sorry, dragon maid. Thank you. Or reindeer. Oh my god, I'm just not good at this.
Dragon reindeer maid. What will I be next? I was a bunny mage dragon for a bit when me and Atlas were playing Super Bunny Man.
Oh my god, I forgot you did do that.
We gotta get back into it, but he's so busy all the time. I don't want to bother him. I'm like, you work so hard.
You hear that, Kai? Get your shit together. Finish your game.
No. He's very busy.
Yeah. Well, so you've been streaming for 2 years, yeah?
Yeah.
How do you have any particular streaming moments that stick out to you that you really like?
I remember my birthday from earlier this year. I remember really well, but it's also funny that I remember it really well because I got really drunk.
What? What happened?
We were playing we were doing a massive Lethal Company collab for my birthday. It was just a lot of there was a lot of people in it, and I was like, I kind of told everyone, I was like, you're allowed to drink if you want to. I know, because and I was like, I know for a lot of you it is midday because it's American, like you guys are in American time zones. But then there was me, my friend Zero, and Captain Jones, and we were just, well, I guess Ferryman Jones now he's known as. But we were just all kind of drinking because in Australia it was like almost midnight.
Oh, yeah.
So we were just getting absolutely sloshed, as it were. But there's just like moments from that stream that I remember. Like I remember there was one part where I was super drunk and it was like towards the end, so I was just following Sage around in Lethal Company. And I was like I'm just gonna follow Sage around because I'm really drunk and I don't know where I'm going. And then as I say that, he gets taken out by a turret. And I'm like standing there, I'm like, I'm not gonna follow Sage anymore.
Oh my god.
And then as I'm saying that, I'm like, I don't really know what to do because there's a turret in front of me, like to the side, behind this wall. And then all of a sudden, a coil head pops out of nowhere and jump scares me. And I'm like,
shit.
Well, he was there for a while. He was like staring at me. I'm like, okay, I can't move because this coil head's looking at me. And suddenly I hear running from the right side because this coil head I'm looking at's on the left side of me. I hear running from the right side and another coil head pops up and I think that was the loudest I've ever screamed.
That is so much at once. It really is.
But then there was also like there's times when I was trying to play Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I don't play horror games. Like that's not I can't handle horror games. I'm surprised, like I still want to get like there's one horror game I still want to continue playing, which is Silent Hill, because I haven't finished it just because I was having such a good time, but I had to stop for a bit due to personal stuff. But I was playing bless me. I was playing Resident Evil 7 and I was waddling through this area and suddenly I'm like just talking to Chad. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't do this for anyone because it was like gross, dirty water that we were waddling through. And I had to duck under something. I was like, I wouldn't do this for anyone. And then suddenly a body pops up out of the water and I just scream. But it's just stuff like, I think little moments like that, and it's like easy to remember them now, especially because a lot of times those moments get clipped, especially with streaming. It is nice to have those moments like kind of just there constantly.
Yeah, to look back on.
To be a reminder.
Yeah, clips, like streaming in general is such a good way to archive yourself and just hanging out with the homies. Like, what a good, what a fun way to just chill.
Yeah, I think as well, like it was streaming, right? Like, you know, you grow as yourself as a person, but then with your friends, your communities mingle together, and then like there'll be like, There'll be like, you'll be like, oh, they're friends with this person, but I can only imagine them hanging out really with this one particular person the most. And like, I know for a lot of people in my community is that person is Sage, just because of how good of friends we are, and just how dumb we are together as well. We're both just idiots running around. Usually when it comes to whatever video game we're playing, which is usually Hunt. We usually play Hunt Showdown, and we'll just be like, Which is really funny, actually, now that I think of it, because Hunt Showdown is a game where it's like you should be like intense focus, listening out for sounds. And then there's me and Sage. Just running around like that, just not caring for how much noise we're making in game.
Is there
But
do you have a favorite thing about Sage?
do I have a favorite thing about Sage? Where do I even start?
You can start anywhere you'd like.
He is such a kind soul. He doesn't look at people in negative lights unless he like is shown reason to, right?
Hmm.
He's so understanding of everyone, and he wants to make everyone smile, which makes me really happy because it's like, yeah, like that's something that's like I said, like there's a lot of stuff me and Sage connect about, and that's one of them is that we just want to make people happy. We just want to make them smile. And then also just guys, Sage has a great smile. Like every time I can make Sage laugh or smile, it brightens my day so much.
I feel like too.
He's so sweet.
Do you think it's easy to make him smile?
I don't think it's easy, but I think it depends on the person. And like if you're someone new to him, he might not smile as much. But if you're a friend, you know, you've known each other for like I'd say at least a couple of months, right? He definitely smiles easier.
Oh, I can tell how much you adore him. You guys are both very cute.
He's my best friend.
You guys, oh, besties. Actually, so
Besties.
oh, hold on. Let me recollect some of this stuff.
Yeah.
We have 5 pages.
Oh my god. See, I told you I talk a lot. I'm a yapper.
It's beautiful. I don't have all I'm doing is just like typing out what I'm hearing, and it's so peaceful. So thank you. And I've just been enjoying getting to know you too. We are actually approaching the end, unfortunately. Yeah, but I will wrap up with one question, and then I will ask you for maybe anything you'd like to promo, anything you'd like to shout out, folks you'd like to shout out, and then we'll end today's episode. So
yeah.
Let me find one last burning question for our dear lovely dragon maid. Oh, okay. Oh, I want to ask 2, but let me ask 1 and see how this goes. You have... Actually, yeah. Let's just do my staple. This is my favorite question I love asking. Assuming that the stars and planets have all aligned and that your life is exactly as you desire, how would your day-to-day look like? What kind of things would you be doing? What kind of food would you be eating?
I think if the stars aligned and it was like my dream lifestyle, right? Like what I hope to achieve.
Yeah.
It would definitely include streaming. Like
full time?
Almost all the time. Yeah, full time streaming, I would say, because I just love hanging out with chat. And then it's just like, I don't know, just like a little apartment, maybe a little house, an apartment, little house, that sort of style. Little cottage style.
Oh, cottagecore! Live in the woods with me!
Make it goth, but also like, just like, I think this is something people like. Obviously, people know that I'm goth, right? Like they know that about me. But I think a lot of people don't realize how much I love flowers, and so I think I would have a garden full of flowers, and just home cooked meals are my favorite, and I love learning how to cook different things. So if I could full-time stream with my own house, like my own little house, my own little apartment, have at least an area for flowers or veggies to plant, to grow, and just, you know, have a comfortable amount of money where I can easily learn how to cook different things, I think that's the goal. That's
Oh,
the goal.
how cute!
And also get 2 more cats.
2 more. So
2
not
more.
one. Why not
Yeah,
3? Why stop at 2?
I want 3. Well, I want 3 cats because I want a Sphinx cat and I want a Maine Coon as well.
Oh, holy shit. Will you have enough room
And
being in a small cottage?
I think so. I think for 3 cats, I think that'd be good. And I think also I would love to have a. There's just so many. I love animals, dude. I want a dog. I want a little lizard. I want axolotls. Like, I just
Girl,
love
how
animals.
are you gonna have a place for all of this? You need an actual house,
Small
not
animals.
little. You deserve
No,
a nice
small
house.
animals.
Yeah, small,
Okay.
but like a Maine
I
Coon?
feel like, to be fair, Maine Coons aren't that big. They're just big than domesticated cats usually.
Okay. Okay,
But I
okay.
feel like if I was to have a bigger house, I would have to have a partner, right? I'd have to have someone that I want to share that space with.
But this is idealized. If you didn't want a partner and you wanted a big house, fuck it, yours. We're just window shopping a imagination.
Okay. I guess ideally I would like a partner, but it's not like a top front of the line thing, like front of the
Yeah.
mind thing, right? It's like if it happens, it happens. I would like kids though. That is one thing.
Oh, for sure. Like adoption is available
Yeah.
too, so it's not like you need a partner for that.
Not like I need a partner, but I feel like having that joy of raising someone with someone else is like kind of part of the experience, right, of being a parent.
Oh yeah.
It's like there's that joy of sharing those moments with someone else, even if like, you know, like if the child, even if they aren't biologically yours, that is still like your child between you and whoever you are raising them with. For me, it will be my 3 cats. I will become the crazy dragon maid cat lady.
Oh, my favorite one for sure.
But
I
yeah,
feel like you would make such a lovely mom.
I feel like that too, but then at the same time, I'm like, I have such a chaotic energy. I feel like I would tire my kids out.
Oh, you wish. Kids are way. You don't realize how
I
they're
feel like
gonna
I'd
sap
match the
out.
energy.
If you could keep up with a kid, you would be the perfect parent. But I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of energy, but being a parent is so hard.
I will say though, like, yeah, like being around kids, I'm like, even one, sometimes I'll be like, if they're more ADHD than me, I'm like, damn, I'm out of breath.
That's so funny. You're gonna be fine though, especially hearing what kind of mom you had. She seems so lovely, and I love knowing. Oh my god.
She has her moments.
Yeah, you should stream with her. We should have a Duke mom stream. Duke
That would be
mama.
so hard on her because she would have to not say my name, and she's like, I mean, she's always yelling my name because of my ADHD. I forget to do things. But
Aww.
like, yeah, I feel like if she ever wants to like look at it, at least I would be like, I can draw up a design for her and stuff.
Please, 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 just get her started now. Like, hey, can you start calling me Duke instead?
I feel like it wouldn't be too hard since she did for a while kind of have to learn a new name for me because I was going through my gender affirmation kind of journey.
Oh, I see.
Where I was like, I'm not, because like for a while I thought I was female to male.
Mm.
But later on in my years, as I got older and I thought about things more, I realized I was like, I don't really care about gender anymore. I am going to be an energy. People can call me whatever they want.
I would kiss your toes right now if you were in front of me.
My days.
Sorry, that just kind of came out. That slips out from time to time. I very much enjoy your energy, and I think you are a very much needed energy in this time of year where we have like such little of it. So I thank you so much. And for everyone who doesn't know, right now is like super incredibly early for her. Like we have, I don't know what time it is now, but when we started, Duke was like, "Oh yeah, so I just woke up at 2:30 a.m. or 2 a.m. and then right now it's 2:30," and I'm like, What? When you said
Yeah.
the time, I thought you would have been. I didn't check, to be fair, and I should have. So from now on, I will. But I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
you don't have to though, because I'm usually awake at this time anyway.
Even so, she said that too, but I don't know. I wanna normal business hours is
Yeah.
this
I
is
get what you mean.
okay.
Because it feels like more you feel a bit like less considerate if it's like super early. Even if the person's like, no, like I'm like fully awake at this time.
Like
It's like
it's still your time, and even like for me, I love those hours of the time of the day because it's just me, myself, and I. Like I get that you're fine with it, but I just want to respect the
Vespy,
the
you must
degenerate
remember,
hours.
I am an extrovert. I thrive on my friends' energy.
Okay, but you said you were a recovering extrovert. I didn't know where you
That's such a
are.
funny sentence. You're a recovering extrovert.
Well, I feel like you are, right? Because
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was introverted for so many years, and like going from extrovert to introvert, and now back to discovering the extroverted side again.
Exactly. My goodness, you have such a journey, and you have such a good one in front of you as well. I love it. Speaking of that journey, is there anything you'd like to promo or shout out before I bid you adieu?
Okay. Okay. If anyone wants to see any of my artwork, I will be posting. Oh my god, that's something we didn't even touch on. I realized.
Art, yeah, we were. Well, maybe in a
We
future
like touched on
episode.
drawing on stream, but we didn't touch on like any of the art stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
god, another time.
Isn't 2 hours crazy fast? I've
It
thought
goes by
about
so fast.
like they do feel so fast, but I feel like 2 hours is a lot as a viewer. I would love to extend small talks. Do you, like how much more do you feel like you could talk?
I could talk all day. Don't even get me started.
So 3 hours, I feel like I don't know. Maybe in the future, 3 hour small talks might be a thing. I don't know. Sorry,
Yeah.
just thinking out loud.
Depending on the guest.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone wants to see any future art projects I may be working on, I'm going to be posting them on my Blue Skies from now on, which is Duke VT. And then my Twitter is usually used for like just promotional stuff, you know, like showing love to my friends and that. So that's Duke VT _. And then what else? What else is there? Oh, go stream Atlas's new song. Go stream his new song because he worked hard on it.
Yes, he
worked real hard on it.
All right, let me go find that really quick. Are you talking about the everything?
The one for Mel's
Oh
birthday.
yeah. Based, actually, true.
He was telling me how hard he was working on it, and I'm just so proud, dude. I'm so proud of everyone who like they're working towards achieving
Shout
their
them
goals,
out!
and it's
Shout
just
them
like, oh my
out!
God.
This is your moment to shout them out.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god, I have too many people to shout out. Atlas, go follow Sage because he's a little goober and he's the reason I keep streaming because he's just a goober. What else? Who else? Yuna PNG has been a real big help to me this year, as well as Akemi Haru. Snack, Gami, my goobers. I call them my
pause.
goobers, I don't know why.
Get this. Okay, good. Clip out of the way. Okay.
There's just so many people to shout like that. I'm just like, oh my god.
If you can, I'd love
Like,
for
all
you to
these
get those
people.
names in. I'm actually. Oh, I only got Yuna. I couldn't get the person after.
Okay. Is it Akemi Haru? I can't. I think that's the name she uses now with Twitch. She's changed it so much. I'm like, Haru, please.
Is that it? Did I spell it right?
I think that's correct. Yes.
Okay.
The reason I'm like, I think that's it because I knew her as Harupion or Harupuan
And then
before she changed it.
does Snack have an underscore?
Snack _VT, yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
And then Captain Inugami VT. I can't believe I remember these. I mean, I'm glad I remember them. I'm like, thank God I remember my friends' things.
That's actually so
But yeah.
cool.
These goobers throughout this entire year have just really pushed me. So
Thank you.
they mean a lot to me.
And I can tell that you mean a lot to them as well. Like, you're just such a warm person. Like, thank you for blessing us with your presence today.
Wait, we have one more person we need to shout out, Vespy.
Tell me.
It's our art slash pup. It's our art mama slash rigging papa, Whitney.
Woo, thank you for shouting out. She's also mine. Wait, you said R. Yes!
Yeah.
Ours. I think
because we are currently using her models.
Exactly. Oh, even my real one. My real one was rigged by Whitney.
So now I know exactly what I'm looking forward to. Got it.
Mm-hmm. I'm her very first one, and she's come so far from
You're her
my
eldest.
I am her eldest child.
I'm her youngest. I realize right now.
Actually, yeah.
I know there's a quote unquote another child in the make, but he's also already her child. So
yeah. Can you call me One-san?
One-san.
Oh God. How do I feel about this?
I could probably do it in the mommy voice that I. Oh my God, there's so many things I haven't like. There's so many like people freak out about my mommy voice. I completely forgot about that.
I mean, you'll have to show us now, right?
All right. I could call chat. Like I could be like, I could call someone in chat a good boy. I could call you One-san or a good girl.
Okay.
Like those are the easiest ones for me with mommy voice.
Can I make it a little more difficult?
Okay.
Can you speak in Bogan terminology?
I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
No,
okay.
fine.
How would I even go about that? God, I just can't imagine it. I can't imagine the mommy voice with a boat. Like, I can't imagine someone with a mommy voice going like, "Would you like to go down to the servo to get a ciggy?" Like, I can't. I mean, I just did, but like, I can't imagine it. It's like. And my voice cracked just a little bit.
It was beautiful. Oh, chat goes crazy too. So yeah, you did great.
Yeah.
Ooh. Thank you so much.
Good. I didn't know I could do that, so that's interesting.
Make it a redeem, please, Bogan.
I gotta make the
Duke.
Bogan voice a redeem.
Okay, but is there anything else you'd like to shout out?
I'm trying to think now, but I'm like head empty of like things I want to shout out. I think I got most of it. I think.
That's fine.
I'm just like, go follow those people and watch Atlas's music video, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So I think without further ado, I will now call that all wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow. Thank you, Duke. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I feel like in Aussie land it's not cold and it's warm, so I hope you stay
getting very warm.
cool.
Yes.
I hope you stay cool.
I will try to.
When will you be? When's your next stream?
Oh my God, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I like to stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
But it's very dependent, and I usually stream when it will be daytime for Americans. So
nice. No wonder why.
Yeah.
When you're
No wonder why my sleep schedule is so messed up.
I was so shocked. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't even know you were from Australia, even though it's in your description. I don't know.
You just don't connect it because I'm always like awake at American time.
Yeah, so I was
it's
like, oh, she's probably Australian, but not in Australia. That's probably the most
Yeah.
logical explanation, but fuck it.
Nope, I just have a messed up sleep schedule. Maybe I'm meant to live in
Classic.
America. Who knows?
Maybe you should just come visit over here. You know what,
Yeah.
America? We got Sage. Just say. And if that green fucker's not good enough, I am also in America. So just let me know. And also Sage, no. And Kai's cover was made in America. We can go visit the studio that it was produced or something. Just let us know. We can maybe plan something together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm hoping to at least be in America next year for at least TwitchCon. So hopefully I get to see a bunch of people.
Kai.
I can't make it to Off Kai.
Bitch, you hate me. Why?
Well, who knows? It might change by the time that Off Kai's near, like, closer.
Maybe.
In the sense of next year, because you know, I'm moving, and then I might have a job over where I'm moving to that might pay really well, so we'll see.
Nice! Good luck in that! Oh my gosh, I really am hoping the best for you, because then we get more cooking streams, right? If we get that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could definitely do cooking streams. Okay. Especially with who I will maybe be living with, considering they're both streamers. So they will understand.
True. Streamer house sounds so fun. But okay, I'm gonna kick you out now. I'm kicking you out now. Alright, I love you. Thank you for all of your time today. I don't know what you're gonna do after this. I hope it's sleep, but if it's not sleep, I hope you enjoy whatever you're gonna do.
To be honest, I think I might actually be part of a collab later, so that's
Girl,
probably what's happening.
ain't no way. Okay.
Yes,
well,
I think it's with Yuna that we might be playing Goose Goose Duck.
Ooh, okay.
So,
well, I'll probably be there to watch, but goodness, make sure you get your rest and have lots of fun.
I will have a nap, I believe.
Okay. Then I will let you go now. Toodaloo! Bye-bye! Thank you! Cute. She's so cute. Okay. Oops. Hi. Thank you all for watching episode 27 of SmolTalk. Thank you as well for being understanding for all of the delays in the beginning. Hi, Leiru. Hi, Steve. Hi, Del. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Miko, for hanging around. As always, if I missed your chat, sorry. It's kind of the nature of these podcast episodes. Oh, Katsu, thank you for being the first traveler as well. I feel like I'm nervous and I might have forgotten that, but I'm gonna say that now, you know, better late than never. Thank you for being the first traveler. And hi, Silly! I am probably going to stream much later and finish my art stuff. Yesterday, I had tried to do day 6 stuff, and I did do an hour of drawing, and I will post that on my socials. But I am kind of recovering from, I don't know, I don't really understand what's going on right now, but these days I've been a little weak, so I have been delaying quite a lot of my projects in light of my energy reserves lately. Streamed schedules will continue to look very empty and random for these next couple of weeks in December, but rest assured we have at least one more small talk. We have one next week, and that guest is drumroll Gami! Captain Inugami, our music producer, pirate VTuber. He's very chill, very cool, and I am. I just get to interview all of my cool friends, okay? That's just it. I get to have so much fun and learn about people, and yeah, the music, man. It will be in the evening rather than the noon time slot that I usually have in the Central Standard Time Zone. It will instead be at 7:30 p.m. I will announce it officially on my Discord tomorrow and on all of my socials. Some of us who snuck in. I am very certain I have a lot of adoration and love for every single person that I have invited and interviewed. I have so many people on the... I only have so much time, but I can only interview a person a week. So I have... Oh man. Thank you guys for following along thus far. Like my journey of small talks. Whether or not it's been seen as a journey is kind of weird, but I just think that I have a lot of I don't know, it's kind of funny how much I've changed from meeting people. Yeah. I wish I could go full-time podcaster, but I need to get my I need to get a house. Maybe when I can afford a house, but I'm telling you right now, that's not gonna be for a very, very long time. So until then, you'll be stuck with me and what I can do as just me. Ooh, it's a long journey for all of us, but with each and every day, I think I can get stronger to do more. So we gotta just keep trooping. Yeah, 27. Right? 27? I've been actually more aware of different VTuber interview podcasts or VTuber interview content. Like I think that's the genre I'm loosely in with these streams. So I try not to compare, but be very open when I see those things, and I get so like, what the heck? I get really happy, I guess. Like I'm contributing to a side of VTubing that I think a lot of people experience when someone says when a VTuber says something so casually, like what you just said that so normally I let it slide almost, but you're a what, you did what, you have this, you've done that. I think what small talk is just me essentially letting my curiosity have that. It's in almost all of my descriptions, but I think there's a better way to describe it one day. But for right now, I think what I can say is like it's just driving the show. Like the things that are like, oh, there's no way you would ever elaborate on that on stream. But if you're willing, let me know. Let me hear more. What the fuck does that mean? Oh. Oh my gosh, thank you, Duke. Thank you. And thank you to the mod who helped shout out the right name. Having Takahata's bar? Yes. That's the reason why the follow alert is the way it is. Let me simulate a follow just in case folks don't know what I'm talking about. I can't simulate a follow. Whoa, big eyes. Hi, Sleepy Ricky. The VT things escapes me. Yeah, it's just such an unfortunate part of naming, you know? Sparkly. I'm glad you like it. It's drawn and rigged by my guest and mine's VTuber Papa. I need to wrap up now. Oh yeah, winter cards. Sorry, this is a Twitch only thing, but I need to really do better about shilling this, okay? So one more thing before I get going. Here are my card illustrations. In the top right, you'll see some card stuff that I'm not done with yet, but the essence of these cards is to send people some holiday cheer. Whether it be through Discord, Twitter, or Blue Sky, I will do my best to send you a card to the person of your desire. At first, it was meant only for the person who would redeem it, but people have been really cute and redeeming it for other people. So feel free to, you know, let me sneak in the DMs of someone. It's gonna be really nerve-wracking, but fuck it. The part of Santa Claus breaking into people's houses didn't change anything. Neither will stop me from breaking into people's DMs. So, haha. Yes, cookies for you in the form of messages that I will put together. So, the cards are separate, but wait. Redeeming for the cards is a separate thing from submitting in a form. So here, when I link this, we'll have a Google form on there for anyone in the community that has the capacity to. You guys can customize these little ghosty fellows in these illustrations called Travelers. They're actually Teruteru Bozu dolls, and their design is as complicated or as simple as you want. Like, you can just change the color of the bow and submit it in and write a cute message and call it a day. I wasn't expecting anyone to like just make up something really detailed. The messages can range from just saying happy holidays to saying, hey, the Christmas season has always been my favorite, and I hope from the bottom of my heart that, yeah, I don't know, you do you, but just if there's a message you think that anyone could hear right now, maybe this would be a good way to give some energy back to the world. We could use some. So I think that's it, right? I'm done. We are going to go raid out into someone now. Let's go see who is live. Unfortunately, on YouTube, I I haven't established much of a YouTube community yet, so I don't have anyone to raid out on YouTube. I don't even know if I could, but we can discover that more in the next stream that will also be on YouTube. For anyone who's listening, I am super open to feedback. Please let me know if you feel like there might be something to make these podcast episodes better, the streaming experience better. Just let me know. It's whatever. Can you even rate people on YouTube? I don't think you can. Yeah, you can. That's a new feature-ish feature. It's been around for quite a bit, honestly, but yeah. In the spirit of Duke loving horror games, let's go send you over to Triad, who is playing a game called Dead Space, a very popular horror game that I can't even watch. I see big corpos on YouTube rate others a lot, so it must be a thing. It is. I just didn't. Yeah. Otsu both, thanks for the stream tonight. Otsu everyone! Thank you guys for all listening. Maybe later today I will stream the hour doodle. If not, this might be the first time I don't stream my doodle session. I have a lot of I don't know, I just don't have a lot of energy, you know? Oh, me and my little bro was playing that on Halloween. Really? Nice! That's a really scary game. I'm glad you had your bro to play with. Alright. So, while we go raid Dryad, before we go, I need you guys to know that there are 2 raid messages. The first one is if you are a non-subscriber, so you are just a traveler. And the second one is if you are a subscriber and you are a tavern folk. Please use the right one. Copy and paste, and when we raid into the channel, flood. Okay, no, just paste it once, okay? Just paste it once. Let them know that you are being raided by the Vespera. Oh, I gotta copy it. Okay. Alrighty, I will see you guys next Saturday or throughout the random streams that I can do. Goodbye.